Indiana has a significant shortage of primary care physicians. Some of that is due to lower salaries and high burnout. In the next 5 years, the Hoosier state could need as many as 1,000 doctors, and it's more critical in rural parts of the state. I'm Jessica Grunling, and today we're looking at the problem and how one Indianapolis university is working to improve it.
Compression on the elbow.
In an afternoon lab,
Gentle.
Taylor Highland helps fellow med students. He's in his 4th and final year of medical school at Marian University and wants to practice family medicine.
Did a master's here at Marian prior to starting medical school. And during that master's, I got a little bit of exposure to primary care, just kind of understanding the different fields and paths that medical students can take. And so that was when I really started thinking like, oh, family medicine might be it for me.
He knows primary care is not a popular pick.
Just kind of fell out of style for medical students. I think one of the big things is compensation. People just started shying away from it because they were thinking, well, I can do this and I can make more money. But I think at the end of the day, it comes back to like what you're passionate about.
Why don't people go into primary care? How long do we have? What novel can I write?
Amanda Wright is the dean of Marian University's Tom and Julie Wood College of Osteopathic Medicine.
I'm a primary care physician, and I would never choose to do anything else. It is the best thing outside of being in a medical school. I think it's the best job you could possibly have because you're really integrated into the lives of your patients, and you see them through wellness concerns, you see them through lumps and bumps, you see them through acute issues, chronic issues, you can see them inpatient, outpatient. You just can do all of the things for each of your patients. So it's a beautiful field to go into.
There is a massive need for primary care physicians, not just here in Indiana, but across the country. According to the Association of American Medical Colleges, in the next 11 years, there will be a shortage of 20 to 40,000 primary care physicians. In Indiana, the number is somewhere between 800 and 1,000 by 2030.
We're already feeling those constraints now. So I think it's a real issue for us here in Indianapolis, but then the more rural we get, it gets even worse.
According to Governor Mike Braun, at least 12 rural hospitals could close due to Medicaid budget cuts in President Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill. And Braun says that could be just the tip of the iceberg.
My goal is to take Indiana into a place where we address, yes, the fact we got 80 to 90 rural hospitals hanging on by their fingernails. You got 5 to 7 very rich systems. And if you run like an unregulated utility, something's going to have to be done to make sure we have good care and access in the rural community.
Which is part of the reason schools like Marian are looking at ways to expand. Right now they have 150 students in the School of Osteopathic Medicine. They can take up to 162.
In the class we already have, looking at how do we expand exposure to rural pathways, rural rotations, and rural residencies. So the students we have already, how do we get them into rural spaces and into primary care spaces?
Nearly 1/3 of Indiana residents live in rural areas that are designated as medically underserved.
There really are these disparities between populations that have access to primary care physicians and populations that do not. So I think it really is an issue, and we think that every Hoosier, no matter where they live, Indianapolis or anywhere across one of our 92 counties, they deserve really great care.
Students like Highland have been exposed to rotations that focus on rural medicine. He hopes to match into a residency around Indianapolis.
I think like my generation is becoming more passionate about that continuity of care that we're able to provide to patients. So I do get excited thinking that I could be a small part of the solution for kind of the shortage of physicians in the area. But I think a lot of it comes back to just remembering what we go into the field for.
Thursday morning, I talked with a doctor practicing in a rural area on why he chose that path after graduating from the IU School of Medicine. In the studio, Jessica Grunling, WRTV.